cornerstone. Love with no reservation. You're not looking for perfection. There's no need in me pretending. I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything. You deserve my full attention. Nothing less than my devotion. Oh, speak to me and I will listen. I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything. Lift it up. Oh, you can have my understanding. You can have my emotion. Set me free from selfish motives. Search me till there's nothing here, and I'll give you everything. Yes, I'll give you everything. Oh, you can have my heart. You can have my heart. I belong to you. You can have my heart. Every part. Sing it again. You can. It belongs to you anywhere. You can. My heart is yours forever. Yes, it is. My heart is yours forever. Yes, it is. My heart is yours. My heart, my mind, my soul. My heart is yours. My emotions are yours. My heart is yours. All my dreams are yours. My heart is yours. All of my plans are yours. My heart is yours. If you want my heart, you got it, love. You got it. You got it. If you want my heart, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Come on.
You want my heart.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Come on.
You got it. You got it.
You got it.
Woo! You got it.
Come on now.
You got it.
Join us, people. Hey.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah. You got it.
You got it.
You got it.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Come on. Hey. Hey. Yeah. All right, then, people. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, people? Hello,
happy people.
Hello. Can I say hello? Say good morning.
Gonna say hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you. What's your name? Good morning, guys. As you can see here in the Olujimi household, we're awake, we're alive, we're full of joy. It is a great day. It's going to be an awesome day, and we are going to have an awesome time this morning during our conversation. So, how is everyone doing? Wherever you're joining from this morning, wherever you're listening from, please send a comment, say good morning, tell us where you're watching from. Let's know that we are not on our own this morning.
Yep, let's know that. Join us in. It's gonna be a good one this morning.
As always, hey?
Yeah, man. We don't leave you angry. We make sure that we give you a good session every week. So, what are we talking about today? Wow.
Wait, how's your week been? How has your week been?
Wow, my week has been alright, not bad, Been following the elections in the States and all that stuff. Getting ready for my summit next week. Yeah, it's been a busy one with all of that.
Getting ready for your summit. Guys, if you want to write a book, if you want to know the process of writing a book, honestly, next week Tunji has some fantastic guests lined up. He's having an online summit, so make sure you tune in. If you want more information, send us a message and we will get that information straight to you. There is some time to register, and it's free anyway.
Yeah, it's free. It starts on Tuesday through till Thursday, and we're gonna have a bonus session on a Friday. So you better join us. We'll put up the information anyway before we close this session. All right, guys. So who is on with us? Let us know that you are on.
Wait, you haven't asked me how my week was. I asked you how my week was.
Oh, sorry, darling. You're not worried. How was your week?
My week was alright. First week of November, and guess what, guys? November is the best month in the year because some queens were born in November. Well, and some kings as well, actually, because there's some special birthdays today. There's a special birthday on Monday. Guys, November is it.
Yeah, so it's your nephew's birthday today.
On Monday.
Oh, it's on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, and my niece's birthday today.
Today's Jeremiah's birthday.
And Jeremiah's birthday too. Wow. So November's a good month. My wife was born in November, so but June is the best month.
No, babe. Queens are born in November. So let's just let that go. Just let it go.
So, what's up, people?
But it's been a great week, guys. Honestly, this was the first week in the month of November, right? It's like the second month to the end of the year.
Yeah, isn't it?
So 2020 we're almost writing 2021 in our diaries. Guys, you have to make 2020 count. Honestly, it's less than 2 months to go. So let's make it count. Let's make it count.
Yeah. Wow.
Right. Okay. So what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today? Today we're talking about called to serve. Wow.
So if you joined us the past couple of weeks, we were talking about leadership.
Yeah.
We talked about various things in leadership, and to be honest, we did not complete the topic because leadership is very broad. You cannot just do it in 2 sessions. It goes beyond that. So there's always more scope for us to talk about leadership. But today we want to talk about something that's dear to us.
Yeah.
Called to serve. That is our title. But what exactly are we talking about today, babe?
Yeah, call to serve. So that basically talking about service. Serving.
Wait, do you mean like customer service?
No, not really customer service.
But that could be part of it, babe.
Yeah, giving good customer service while you're serving. Yeah. It could work.
Right, before we go ahead, we've got a good morning from Liverpool. Good morning, Esther. Thank you very much for joining us. It is great to have you on here.
You're living in the city that I support. So Liverpool are the champions. Nice. Good on you.
Esther, we've been hearing in the news that COVID tests have been rolled out in Liverpool. Have you had your test done? Sorry, just probing. Anyway, guys, so called to serve.
Do you have to be called to serve? Or is serving just something that we naturally do?
Yeah, are you a born servant?
Wait. If I'm called to serve, does that mean I'm being called to be a servant?
Yeah, servant,
serve,
servant. The same words in the same sentence, isn't it?
That's tight.
It's all right though. You can be a servant and still be, a big man still, isn't it?
You can be a servant and be a big man.
Yeah, why not?
Right, guys. What are your thoughts?
What do you think about serving? Obviously, like in family, in your career, in your business, in church. What is it about serving that you want to talk? Have you had any experiences about serving and you've got good experiences from it? So in church, if you're serving, you're probably on the ushering team, the welcome team, the choir, and all those departments that you serve in. But can you be called to serve in those departments?
Is that? Wait.
Do you just serve anyway without being called to do it?
Is serving a gift? Or can everyone serve?
I think everybody can serve. I think even leaders can serve.
Just to run with what you just said.
Yeah.
You can't be a leader and not serve.
Are you sure though? Why?
No, you can't be a leader and not serve. No. If you're called to leadership, you are called to service. That's it. You are called to serve people.
Okay. So our presidents, are they serving us?
They're supposed to.
They're supposed to, but
so Biden or Trump, whoever it is, I don't know what team you're on, but Biden or Trump, they have to serve the people of America.
Okay.
Of the United States of America.
Yeah. So what about our African presidents? Do they serve us?
They're supposed to.
Are they serving us?
They're supposed to. We can question if they serve the people, but they're supposed to.
If you run a business, are you serving your customers? If you're a leader of a church or a ministry, are you serving the people that God has put your way? If you're a manager at work or you have a high position at work, are you serving those that are in your team? Or are you just supposed to bust people about?
So what are we talking about? Like called to serve. Does that mean I receive a phone call that says, "Hey, we've got you"? Actually, wait. When they call people to the army, they call them to serve, isn't it?
Yeah, I never went there. I never went to the army, but I said no. Like, sorry, I ain't going to no army. But yeah, you get called to serve.
So you didn't want to serve your country, Tintin?
Well, I didn't really get called. Someone that was in the army that suggested I should go into the army. I'm like, sorry, mate.
So you didn't want to serve your country?
Nah, I'm too short for the army, mate.
That's tight. Guys, we want to know your thoughts. We want to know what's on your mind when you hear the topic serving, called to serve. Do you have any experiences that you don't mind sharing with us? It could be good experiences. It could be bad experiences. Because when we talk about serving, for example, if we go into the element of customer service, we're all in a position where we can serve or be on the receiving end of service.
Yes.
But what kind of serving are we doing? Are we serving to please people? Are we serving as eye service? Are we serving so people can just see and take note that, oh, this person, she knows how to serve? For example, in church, that's where we talk about serving a lot, isn't it? In church. Can you be a member of a church and not serve in that church?
Yeah, can you just go to church every Sunday and just go home? Is that
just be an attendee?
Yeah, can you be an attendee? Because if it's a mega church, you might not be able to serve because it's a mega church. Everybody in the church,
there is always something that you can do, be it small or big. There is always a capacity in which you can serve.
All the 5,000 members can serve?
Yes.
Wow.
They can.
The church may not have a big building.
Because all those 5,000 people need people to serve them.
Okay, so how are they serving those people that need to serve them?
Someone, Tunji, you have to serve.
How?
Honestly, I'm a strong believer that you cannot be fully committed to a church and not serve.
Okay.
Because God has called us to serve one another. You know, I'm married to you. We talked about this yesterday, that we are married, so we have to serve each other.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not about I serve you and you lead and that's it, but we serve each other. You know, and as husbands and wives, you have to take pride in serving each other because that's what makes the marriage sweet. You have to be able to serve each other. You know, and when we talk about family, so let's look at church as a church family, right?
Yeah.
So we go there to get fed the word, right? But there's all these tasks that need to be done. I think an analogy that I once heard at a Jesus Culture conference, right? Yep. They were talking about serving in church. And the analogy that was used was imagine if you're having like, we're not Americans, so I won't say Thanksgiving dinner, maybe Christmas dinner and all the family comes together. You know, imagine if you're that one person that doesn't lift their hands to do anything. Like everyone's getting involved, someone's peeling the potatoes, someone's doing the turkey, someone's cutting vegetables, someone's cooking the rice.
What's wrong with that? Is that wrong?
So every Christmas you just come and sit down and be served.
Yeah,
it's not fair though.
Maybe they're the youngest, or maybe they don't know how to do stuff in the kitchen.
No. We have to all be, I guess, ready to serve in one capacity or another, and that could be in the home. Like, don't be the kind of person that sits around waiting to be served. Get up, use initiative, go and do something, because that's also part of training up our kids. Okay. Because if all our kids see about us is that we just sit around waiting to be served, and just like, you don't want to be that kind of parent that is sitting right next to the remote, right? And you call your child from the room next door to come and give you the remote when the remote is right next to you. That's not right.
But then the child is serving, isn't it? Because it's serving, isn't it?
But that's like
called to serve. So they called you to come and get the remote.
Wait.
Give it to
But that just shows that you can take advantage of people in serving.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about
that. So that's like taking advantage of the kids.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of serving? Guys, come on now. We need to air you talk. We need to air your comments. What are your comments on this? Serving. Is
it necessary?
Is it necessary to... Now, okay. What about in marriage? You know, in African culture, in Nigeria, the wife must.
Thank you for specifying in Nigeria.
You got that too. There's respect, so maybe part of it.
The Bible says, serve one another.
Yeah, but the Bible also says,
serve one another.
You should obey your husband. You should
serve one another.
You should be able to serve him, kneel down, give him his food. You know, and say, Daddy, take your food, you know. That's serving your husband, you know. Letting him know that. Because when you serve, it shows that you love, isn't it? I think. Let me know, guys. Is that right? When you serve, it shows love. So, you know, when you're serving in church, it shows your love for God. It shows your love for the church. So, you know, when you're serving your husband too, you know, when you're giving him food, you kneel down. You give him, you know, his food, and you say, husband, my dear, my love, my sugar, take your food, you know. Or you can even sit down next to him and begin to even, you know.
So can the husband do that to the wife too? Or is it just the wife that has to keep doing it to the husband?
Yeah, he can, you know, but it's mainly for the husband, because he's the head of the home, you know, as they say, the head of the home. So, you know, you have to really serve your husband. You know, when you see him, you kneel down, hey, husband, how are you? Welcome back home. And all those kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm joking, guys. But you know what I'm talking about. But I'm saying, okay, yeah. So we talked about that yesterday in terms of marriage, yeah? The wife and the husband should be able to serve each other. Not this culture of, no, I'm the head of the home, so whatever I say goes. You gotta be in the kitchen. You gotta give me my food. You gotta clean the house. You gotta take care of the kids. And you're just there doing what? Yes, you're working fine. You're working, you're providing the money. Okay. But you can still serve your wife.
You can?
You can. You can still serve your wife, so that at least you make things, you know, easy in the marriage. Because they say, if you have a happy wife, you have a happy life. So if you don't have a happy wife, my God, you ain't got no happy life. But yeah, guys, let's know your thoughts.
So not everyone on here is married. So let's talk about serving in different capacities. So serving in church. Serving in church. Guys, let us know your thoughts, because I know sometimes it can get quite controversial with our serving in church, because sometimes there's a lot of pressure for you to serve in church. So we want to know what your thoughts are. Is serving something that you do because of the kind of person that you are, or do you have to do it because someone asks you to do it? You know, I'm one of those people that I remember one time, me and a friend went to an event, and we got there on time, but the event hadn't started. They were still setting up, and it was a church event organized by a different church. And I sat there and I looked at the person I was with, and I say to her, I am itching. My hands are itching because I love to serve. I just wanted to get up and do something. I wanted to get up and help them. And I had to hold myself back because it wasn't our event. So I had to just okay, let them do their thing.
But
because we had come to attend the event.
Yeah, but you could have still gone up and said, hey, do you need help?
No, eventually I did. And they said they were fine.
Okay.
They said they were fine. So I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, do we have to, if we see someone on the street that's struggling with something, do we wait till the person asks for help? Or do we actually just offer help? Because serving is really just being there for people.
Yeah, you see
it's making things easy for people. So if you see someone carrying a heavy load, do you just look at them and say, oh my God, see what they're carrying, like, wow? Or do you actually say, do you mind if I help? I know that there's some people out there that will not accept your help. I know there's some people out there that when you offer to serve them, they will refuse. But guys, if someone offers to serve you, embrace it. Embrace it, like, just accept.
Yeah, accept. Because when you don't learn to accept service of someone else, then it's difficult for you to probably serve someone else, isn't it?
So why should someone else accept your service?
Yeah, if you don't accept other people, then you shouldn't accept yours. Yeah.
So guys, have you been called to serve?
Yeah, have you been called to serve in any capacity, in any field or industry or whatever it is? Have you?
So in our workplaces, are we serving?
Yeah, we should be serving because one, they're paying you anyway, so it's not about going there and just doing your own thing.
Okay.
You should be serving in the capacity in which you're paid for.
Okay, it's okay. Don't get personal about this. Don't hit the. Sorry, he was hitting the table, to emphasize the point. You seem like full of white and that prayer. Sorry, guys, I just had to go there. Right, okay. So serving in the workplace.
Yeah, because if you're not serving in your team, why are you in the team? You can't be in a team and not serve, because it's a team. You're supposed to work together, serve each other to fulfill that main goal. So it's like, okay, you're in a football team, and serving in the team means you pass the ball when you're playing in the game. If you're just going to be on the ball all by yourself, then it's a one-man band, isn't it? It's not serving the other people on the team. You've got to be able to serve in what? If you're in work and you're in a team, when you're in a business, you have a team. In your family, it's a team. Even with friends, it's kind of like a team because you're friends. You should be able to serve your friends should be able to serve you too.
Now, when we talk about serving, we're not talking about being a servant.
No, or slave, no.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about having a heart of service.
Yeah, having a helping hand.
And being able to offer a helping hand as and when it's needed.
Yeah.
It's like, for example, if you have a friend who, let's say, gave birth, a friend who's just recently had a baby, and just being able, if you're their friend, how can you serve that person? How can you be there for that person? So really, it's just, that's what it's about. Not necessarily that I have to wait for someone to ask for help, but actually just being able to offer help, and be in that capacity where you're making it easy for someone else.
Yeah.
Because you're offering to serve them. I'm going to kind of go back to the husband and wife thing, because sometimes it can be controversial in there as well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you go somewhere and let's say you're visiting somebody, you have to serve, and some people look at the woman expecting her to serve her husband, and sometimes between the husband and wife they have an understanding, like, you get your food, I get my food, it's all good. But you can be in some places and people will look down on you because if as a wife you don't get a plate to serve your husband, and I'm like, he's cool about it, we're cool about it, he knows what he wants to eat.
Yeah, then she can serve him, isn't it? She can get the food.
No, but he knows what he wants to eat.
Yeah, she knows it because she's a woman. She's the wife, so she can get up, go to the kitchen, and serve her husband.
Guys, if you're married, please share your thoughts. We want to know what you're thinking. Because this for us is an interesting topic.
It is.
So one of the areas,
cultures, when we're from two different cultures,
serving might look different.
Yeah. I don't expect her to kneel down and all that stuff, because
is that serving or is that just respect? Let's not mix the two.
It's respect and serving your husband. Serving.
So can you serve someone you don't respect?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Really?
Yeah, you can be in a team and you don't like the manager, you don't like the head of the department, but
you still do what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I was reminded of a Bible verse when you were talking about sort of being in a team and serving at the place of work.
Yeah.
And the scripture that came to mind was where it talks about we should do everything like we're doing unto God. And that's very, very important. And it's something that we always need to keep at the forefront of our minds, because we can be very somehow in the place of work.
Yeah.
But we need to remember that, we're not necessarily just serving a man or a woman, but we're doing it unto God. So even in the place of work, I am there because I'm there for such a time. God has blessed me there. So I need to serve and do it with the best of my ability. So not just doing it because you're getting paid, but actually serve and find a way of enjoying what you're doing. Because I think serving can be painful. It can be frustrating if you don't enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, you have to enjoy what you're doing when you're serving. Because you have to serve with a happy face, not grumpy and sad. You have to be happy.
You reminded me of Nehemiah now.
Okay.
When Nehemiah had this burden, he had this burden on his heart, and he was his position was to serve the king, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he went to serve the king, and the king could see that his countenance was different because he had a burden on him. But nonetheless, the king, asked him, what's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
And he was able to open up and pour out and share what was on his heart. But one thing that serving can do is serving can open doors for you.
It can, it can. It can open doors into different avenues of life, but it's if you're serving with a happy face, you're serving.
So it's not just about a happy face. There are people that put on plastic smiles.
Yeah,
so it's not just about a happy face. It has to come from the inside.
Customer service.
So it has to come from the inside.
You spoke about customer service. If someone comes to you and customer service you with a sad face, would you customer service them? No.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Pause on that one. Let's go to some comments. So we've got a comment in from Esther. Guys, let's hear from you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Esther from Liverpool. You're representing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It is important to serve others, but we need to make sure that as we do it, we realize that it's for the glory of God, so that if ever our service isn't appreciated, we are not broken by that. That is very, very important.
True.
That is very, very important, because sometimes when we're serving even in church, right? Sometimes when we're serving in church, we're looking for acknowledgement. We are waiting for someone to say, oh, well done. We're waiting for someone to say, wow, that was a great job. But actually, we need to remember that we're not just serving a man of God, but our service should be unto God. So our reward comes from God. Yes, sometimes reward comes from man, but remember that ultimately it's God. And when don't just serve because you've been asked to serve or it's demanded of you. Serve because you want to serve. Serve because God has called you to serve. Even when you're in a place of leadership, you are called to serve. You are called to serve.
Yeah, we're all called to service. If you're president, you should serve the people. If you're CEO, you should serve.
Let your serving be. I know sometimes it can be frustrating, especially depending on the people that you're serving. Think about like going to a restaurant or going to a shop. Those annoying customers that you get. Or maybe you're one of those annoying customers. I don't know. But it's very, very important. I'm a strong believer that at any point in our lives, we are either serving or we're at the receiving end of service. Now, that can be in any capacity. Even when we're in hospital, we're being served. If we're not there working, but we're there as a patient, then we're being served.
Yeah.
So wherever we are, I think it's very necessary for us to think of the quality of service that we are providing. And also the quality of service we receive can be an opportunity for us to truly reflect on the service that we give.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Guys, let us know your thoughts. There's a couple of you on Facebook, so come on, let us know what you're thinking.
Let's know your thoughts on
I know for some of you might be in bed, so it's a bit early to be typing and sharing your comments. But honestly, we want to know your thoughts. You were going to say something, babe.
To serve. Are you going to be a servant? So, okay, in church, join an apartment and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, sometimes it feels like it's mandatory. If the pastor says it, you just got to do it. And sometimes I feel that that's not right. That doesn't mean you're called to serve just because the pastor said so. You've got to be willingly wanting to get up and serve, not being pushed or manipulated.
You brought in manipulated. Okay.
Manipulated,
right?
To serve, saying, "Oh, if you don't serve, God will punish you. If you don't serve, you can never go ahead in life. If you don't serve," they'll just use all these words and stuff and try to make you feel bad.
I think it's just one of those.
It's crazy,
babe. I think it's just one of those things that serving is good for you. I would say it's good for you, and the Bible encourages it. The Bible encourages it. So we need to be conscious, especially if we're in a place of leadership. We need to be conscious about how we encourage people to serve, how we position it. And we need to be mindful, particularly in church, that when people are serving, people are giving of their time, people are giving of who they are. So we shouldn't abuse that.
Yeah. So have you been manipulated?
It's very easy for us to abuse people who have a heart of service.
Yeah.
Yes, they're there. They want to serve, they enjoy serving, but it doesn't mean that you load it on them. It doesn't mean you abuse their kindness.
No. Because seriously, in church, let's
go to a comment. We've got a comment in on Facebook.
We'll go deeper.
Hi, Josephine.
Hey, Josephine.
So serving is rewarding to the person serving and the person receiving the service. It's best when done with love.
That's what I said. You go to love when you're serving your wife, when you're serving your husband, when you're serving your pastor. Is that okay? So serving.
Go there. There is something that you want to say, so just say it.
When you're a man of God, I know yes, we've got to honor, we've got to respect the call of God on people, but sometimes it feels like we just manipulating people because we're servants of God. And it's like all this nonsense that we're seeing online, and they're like, you are the set man of the house. You should be serving the people Why are you twisting the word to suit yourself and manipulating people to be able to do nonsense to serve you? And it's wrong. Because service, like you said, should be rewarded to both parties. If it is done in love, you would never manipulate people to serve you. Never.
So there was something I read a couple of months ago, and I'm probably going to share it. So it was a post, I think, on Facebook that someone shared, and it was about so a few weeks ago we talked about, I think Pastor Kunle mentioned something about there's not enough leaders training leaders, right?
Yeah.
And I remember this particular post was around people coming to learn, people coming to be mentored, and instead of us properly mentoring them or properly teaching them, particularly in the faith, we get them to carry our bags, we get them to carry our Bibles, we get them to do the menial tasks. We're not training them.
Bro, instead we're serving. You have to carry my Bible. I'm the man of God. I can't carry my Bible. You have to carry my Bible. It's part of service.
You can't carry your Bible.
No, because I am the man.
What are your hands for?
I'm the man of God.
No, but seriously, let's be conscious. Just because someone wants to serve you doesn't mean that you should throw all these menial tasks at them. Now, I know some people do it because they're testing the spirit. They're testing someone's spirit. But let's just be conscious that that person that has come to serve you will also be in a capacity of leadership at some point in their lives. So don't just get them to go and take your shoes to be polished, or don't just get them to carry your Bible. There is more. Empower them.
Why can't they polish your shoe, wash your car, come to your house?
But they're not your houseboy. Sorry, they're not your houseboy. Yes, they're serving you, but there's a point, there's a limit, there's a standard.
Yeah, so
let's not just abuse their service.
It gets to a limit when you've proven that this person is loyal to you. So when you not get rich or whatever, you can't give them anything because they have served you by washing your clothes, washing your car, coming to your house, cleaning your house, taking care of your kids.
No, sometimes it's too much. And like you brought in the manipulation word. Sometimes that's what it's about. Sometimes we manipulate people. We tell them that you're serving, like you try and tell them that this serving that they're doing is good for them and blah blah blah. You get them to do all these small things. Yet,
guys, that's not your fault. Seriously, like with me, yeah. So say, oh, okay, I don't get late to church. I'm always on time. If I'm late, it's probably something must have happened. And maybe once or twice I got late. I'm maybe in front of everybody. I don't expect Pastor Tunji to be late. He's not married. He doesn't have a child. How is it this? And I said, what?
See your life. See your life.
With all the serving that I'm serving. I mean, my friends used to just say, bruv, I don't know what's wrong with you here because we don't even see you because you're in church 24/7. Because I was serving and it was, in a way, manipulation. You have to serve and serve and serve. If you don't go to church during the week, you're in trouble. You don't go to church on the weekend, you're in trouble. It's like they will make sure you are in church. That was your life. And that's why sometimes people don't want to serve because they've been manipulated so much. They've been manipulated so much to serve that they don't see the reward of serving. Because they just feel like they've just used me. And it's true, they've used us. They will tell you like if you don't give, if you don't this, if you don't that, your life will never get this. You can never this. And I'm like, come on, no. Don't manipulate people to serve. If people want to serve with it, because another thing we have to understand, we all got a life. You got a family, you got work, so you can't expect people to be in church 24/7. Even at work, you can't expect them to be at work 24/7. They have to leave at 5. They got to leave at 5 because they got kids, they got a husband, they got a wife. So you don't pressure people to serve you because you're the boss, you're the CEO, or you're the pastor. No. Come on. Come on.
And you know what, Tunji? I think sometimes we don't realize what that pressure does to someone's mental well-being.
It kills them. It destroys their mental capacity, their mental carbon data. I want to call it again.
Tunji, you okay? but honestly, it's very true that sometimes we make serving in church like the only thing in life, you know, and it's not. I really think it's not great when someone gets to a point where they're serving just because, you know, you have to serve because you want to serve, because you love to serve, because God has called you to serve, not because pressure is being put on you.
We love to serve.
It's really not fair. It's really not fair when we put pressure on people like that. So guys, if you're in a place of leadership, particularly leadership in the church, and you're watching this, please, like, don't put pressure on people like that.
Even if you're being pressured, even being pressured, you still have to understand you're doing it for God. Seriously. I remember, I'm like,
but don't break your back.
Yeah, don't break your back. I remember I went, back in, this is like what, 1999, 2000. I will be the first in church. Carry speaker, carry this, carry that.
It's for the Lord. It's for the Lord.
The children of the pastor are too sleeping. And they come to church. I'm like,
Tunji, look at the comments, right?
You know, I'm
it's part of obeying the anointing. That's what it was.
You must obey that anointing, because the anointing you don't respect, the anointing you don't honor, whatever they say, they will make something like that. The anointing you don't something, the anointing you don't something. All of those stuff is just manipulation. It's manipulation, and sometimes we need to stand up, you know, to say enough is enough. I think
let's go to some comments, Tunji, before you continue. So, serving shouldn't be out of duty; it should be out of love, and that's very, very important. I think that's something that we have really established, is that it has to come from a place of love. If there's no love in it, walk away.
On both parties, on both sides.
Right. There needs to be balance, and being single doesn't mean you should serve with every ounce of your energy.
Hey, they will tell you.
Just because someone is single, don't tell them they have to sleep in church.
No husband, no children. Why can't you not serve? You have to serve. Every time you must serve.
Okay.
Oh, we love you too.
We love you too, Leslie. Right, let's get some comments in from Beth. Right. In service, this is where we cultivate many qualities needed to prepare to be a follower of Christ, both as a convert and someone who has been born again for a while. It's needed in all areas of life. Serving humbles you and helps take up your cross and die to yourself.
True, but when they are manipulating to serve, they are dying slowly.
No, I think some very important points have been mentioned in the comments there about it has to come from a place of love. And do you know what, Beth, we totally agree in terms of there's a lot to be gained from serving. There is a lot to be gained. So we encourage people. Having a heart of service is very, very, very important.
Yeah. Seriously, okay.
But let's put safeguards in place. Let's put safeguards in place. You know, and particularly if you see that someone is suffering mentally, emotionally, you know, don't put the pressure on them. And just use Bible.
Yeah, don't just Bible people.
Don't just be throwing Bible at them to pressure them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's what we do. We don't think about someone's well-being.
Yeah.
We just expect them to serve, push. And it might not be physically healthy for them.
At all.
In fact, they might even be ill.
Let's
be cautious. Let's open our eyes, you know, and think about what people are going through. And if you're in a place of leadership and people are serving under you, celebrate them. You know, celebrate them. Like it really, really helps when you can acknowledge people for their service. When you can, like, if my husband serves me, I like to, you know, thank you, babe. That was nice. Like, you know, you have to celebrate what they're doing. If you want to encourage it, if it's something you don't want to encourage, then don't celebrate it. But if you want to encourage it, celebrate it. Like, you know.
Boy, If you do that for an African, then yeah. Okay, what are you doing? Serving your wife? Are you okay? What is? Don't she have legs and hands? Is she not to be so serving you? Anyway, seriously, like I've served, yeah, and I'm telling you, service has helped me. It's opened up doors. I've been able to meet great people, men of God, and
It
everything
does
like
open
that.
doors.
It
It
opens
does
up
open doors.
doors. So seriously, serving is good. You know, you're able to sit in rooms with people that normally you may not meet. But because of service, yes, sometimes it can be painful, but like Beth said, it is important. It helps build character. It helps build my character. Seriously. So service is very, very important. We've got to learn to serve. We have to. Yes, it's gonna be difficult sometimes depending on the leader, but hey, it is good.
And actually, I think what's important as well, if you're the person in the serving capacity, is be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Don't say yes, yes. Don't just be a yes man, a yes woman.
Yeah, I used to be that too.
Don't say yes to everything. Learn to step back, think about it. Learn to don't just opt into everything. Especially if you have other people that are depending on you, other people that are relying on you, because then you're letting someone down to say yes to something else. I remember one time someone telling me that she used to leave work without telling the people at work. She would leave work because church has called her to do something.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, but wait, you're meant to be at work during that time.
So why are you leaving?
Why are you disappearing for hours to go and do something church is asking you to do? Because when you're in work, you're serving at work. What testimony, what example are you setting as a Christian, as a child of God, to now say that, church is coming to go and do this thing. I'm supposed to be working, but I'm going to leave the place of work to go and do it. And then you're AWOL at work and they're looking for you and they can't find you because you've gone to run a church errand. Guys, we need to be conscious. We need to be mindful. And something that Beth has really posted is about just being able to apply wisdom.
Yeah, you've got to apply wisdom, baby.
We have to apply wisdom, and don't be ignorant. Don't be naive.
Yeah, man. Guys, click that share button. Share this, man. This is a good topic. Share this with people who don't watch party. Let's get more people on this. Seriously, Jesus. I remember the time when even when I was sick, I remember the time my leg, I don't know what happened here. My leg just decided it didn't want to walk.
Your leg decided it didn't want to work.
The pain was too much. I couldn't walk. I was going on. And there was a time I lost my voice. Gone. But still, even with that, nobody will get up to say they want to do what I was doing so that I can rest. And I also have to, even with my voice gone, I also have to lead praise and worship. I also have to lead prayer. I'm like,
with your voice gone,
yeah, because people don't
praise and worship.
It becomes somehow. It will just.
Anointing.
I'm like, people. I'm not feeling too well yet. Like, you two can serve, but no, you are not doing this, so do it even if you are sick. And the pastor had to say, like, guys, Pastor is not feeling too well, yeah. So someone else should step up and fill in. But I'm like, this service thing is serious. So in the sick time, what's the song again? In the bad time, in the good time, in every time, you must serve. You must serve, because that's another thing. People within the team need to learn to support each other. If you're serving in a team, if you're within the team, you should learn to serve each other. Because it's like in marriage, one person is up, one person is down. The other person that's up must bring the person that's down up. You're both serving each other. You're supposed to help each other so that there can be a balance. So sometimes not even just now the leader that's being thingy. It's even people within the team, people within the church that are not even helping to make sure that whatever needs to be done is being done properly. So serving within a team, there has to be unity within that team so that the service is done properly.
Right. Yeah. It's very, very important. Right. Let's go to another comment from Beth. So yes, obviously we do need to ensure we use wisdom and ask God's guidance in all we want to get involved in, so that He will instruct us, of course. And that's very, very true.
Very true.
And honestly, for me, I think my heart particularly goes out to people in church.
Yeah, man.
You know, sometimes you see people that are broken because of serving in church, and it's not good. It's not fair. So learn to I guess self-regulate yourself as well in your serving.
And if you need time off, because I think the reason why my voice is gone a little bit, because I didn't have no time off. I was serving for a year, and I'm talking years. Not missing a Sunday, not missing a weekly service. So if you need time off when you're serving, please take a sabbatical, because you're doing your body.
Take a break. Have a kick out.
You need a break, because yes, you can serve, but if you're killing yourself while you're doing it, then there's no point serving in the first place. Because when you drop, you're gone, mate. So if you need a break, I think that's another. We were talking about that again. If you need a break, that's an important thing when it comes to service. If you need a break, it's like at work. That's why we have our 1 hour breaks or 30 minutes breaks, because you need to recuperate. You need to rest. So don't just say, I'm doing God's work. Hey, this is God's work. So God's work cannot be God can do any work He wants to do. It's not because of you that the work will not be done. So if you need a break, take a break, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah, so honestly, I think we are all called to serve. We're all called to serve in one capacity or another. It's the question is really about how we serve, and also who we are serving. One benefit of serving is that it can bring influence.
It can, baby.
It can bring influence. So that's something that we can bear in mind. That serving can bring influence. Serving can expose you. It can expose you to anointings. It can expose you into rooms of greatness that maybe you might not have gotten into except you were serving. Serving can open doors for you, but just really be mindful when you're serving that you're doing it in love, you're doing it unto God, and don't break your back about it, because your mental well-being is very, very important. It's like if you're someone who's got family and you're serving, but you come home and you're so tired and so exhausted, your family never gets the best of you. Your family never gets the best of you because you're so tired from serving. If that's something that's happening on a regular basis, you need to check yourself.
And there's another type of service in the home. So you can't be too tired not to do that service if you're married.
There's children watching. There's unmarried people watching.
That's why I put it like that. Service in the home, Still. But anyway, guys, seriously, in your serving, that's when whoever you're serving or people that you're serving, the congregation, can find out your skill.
And also sometimes you start to realize your gifts and the areas that you're called to when you're in a place of service.
You begin to sharpen that gift as you're serving. And then those begin to open. So seriously, serving is good.
It's good. It's important.
Good. It's important. You're called to serve. We should all serve in some shape or form in our lives. We should serve our community. Yeah, we're going to serve our community, not just church. We should serve our community. We should serve our families, serve our careers, our businesses. We should serve in every capacity.
Guys, if you've got any experiences that you want to share, we would love to hear. We would love to hear those experiences.
We're sharing us, I'm being real, I'm being real. So share your stuff, man. I got stories. Yeah, I got stories. Hey, anyway, Beth is saying something.
Okay, so the husband serves the wife. The wife serves the husband. both serve the child, and the child will mimic that as they grow. It's an ongoing life involvement which has impacted civilization positively and makes relationships work.
Yeah, not your wife serving you every time. All this we are kingdom people. Kingdom. Yeah, fine, we got culture.
We are kingdom people, not culture people.
Not culture people, we are kingdom people. Love your wife as Christ loved the church. That's what the Bible says. How did Christ love the church? He came to serve and not be served. So if you can cook you have two hands, two legs. Why can't you go to the kitchen and cook? You come home from work and you're waiting for your wife. Oh, where's my food? Come on, like you can cook. So cook and say, oh baby, tonight I got this.
It's on me.
It's on me. You sit down, relax, and I'm gonna give you your food. Simple. It's service.
It is, guys. It is. Honestly, I think sometimes maybe we overcomplicate it as well.
Yeah, and that's why some marriages are failing because we're overcomplicating these things. You are telling them in counseling, you are telling them all of these things that is not even helping them. They should do this, they should do that. It's not even helping them.
You've gone there. Right, okay. Best says, yes, spiritual gifts were given to us, not just for ourselves, but to serve others for the betterment of the church. And that's the thing. I think service is it's good for you to serve, but it's also when you're serving, it's also for the betterment of that person, betterment of the environment, the family, the workplace, whatever it is, whatever capacity you're serving in. So as much as yes, we're encouraging people to serve, and you need to have a heart of service. Don't be the kind of person who's always standing back and waiting for people to ask you to help out. Just see a need and meet the need.
Let me say this. The guy that's speaking on my summit next week, he runs a $20 million company. Yeah? When he started out 5 years ago, he said, okay, what can I do to actually understand this industry and all that stuff? He went to go and serve someone. The person didn't know him.
Wow.
He just been following that person and he just applied that, do you need help with this event or whatever? And for I think 2 years or something, whenever that person does an event, you just go and serve. And that's what connected him to people in the industry. And that's how he learned whatever he learned to build his own company to a $20 million company in 5 years.
Wow. So in serving, you can learn a lot.
You can learn a lot.
It can open your eyes. So like I was saying before, that it can expose you. Even serving can inspire you. Some people in their place of service, they discover who they are.
Yeah.
They discover what they're called to do. They discover what their gifts are. They discover things about them that they never realized before. And serving can also work on your character.
Yeah, and like I always say, we're here to complement each other, not compete against each other. When you learn about service, you know that you're just complimenting people. So it's like when you say, oh, share or this or that, or you see something on Facebook, your friend is doing something, clicking the share button is service. It's serving. Seriously. Yeah. Because you're just complimenting that person. You're not competing.
That's why I do a lot of serving then, isn't it?
You do a lot of that. And seriously, I know it seems like whatever, but seriously, it's part of it. Because you're not feeling somehow about the other person. Like, why should I even, they're doing an event, so what? I'm not going or I'm not. Just, share, like, comment, all those stuff is all part of serving others to let people know that, hey, we love what you're doing, keep up the good work and all that kind of stuff. Because when you're serving someone, you're telling your boss or that person that I honor you in a way. That's why you're serving them. That's why. So it's like this guy that served Al Arod, served him for 2 years. He told him, "Hey, bro, I honor you for what you do, for what you represent, and because I honor you, I know that I can learn from you. Because when you're serving others, especially if it's your boss or whatever, you're learning from them. You're picking up things because you can tell someone's attitude, you can tell someone's mannerisms, their personality. Especially if you're a PA to someone or you're someone's driver." You're going to learn a lot of things being Richard Branson's driver or their pilot or so. you pick up a lot of things by serving that individual. What do you
Very
guys
true.
think?
And I think sometimes, just going back to kind of our attitude when we are serving, there's a story that I had, I don't know how true it is, but it's a story that I had about this guy that was an architect. He was an architect, and he used to do, his boss wanted to reward him at some point, right? Because he had done so much for him. So his boss wanted to reward him, but he didn't want to tell him how he was going to reward him. So he asked him to build this really nice house, and he put all the money, the boss put all the money in it. But this guy wanted to put some money in on the side for himself. He wanted to profit from the house they were building. So he decided to go for the cheap stuff. He decided to get like cheap building materials and all that. He was cutting corners. And at the end of it, when he had finished building, his boss gave him the keys to the house and said, "This was my gift to you."
You see?
And this guy was like, "Yeah, see my life."
A cheap house that may fall down.
So our attitude while we are serving is very, very, very important. What that guy didn't know was that house he was building was for him.
It's like,
so he was busy cutting corners and not necessarily thinking about the quality of serving that he was providing.
Undercover boss.
He wanted to profit from it.
Undercover boss.
So it broke his heart when he realized that the house was for him. Because if he knew it was for him in the first place, he would have done the best that he could, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't. But it showed his attitude.
Yeah.
It showed his character. It showed who he is. So serving can really expose you.
Yeah. Did you guys watch? Did any of you watch Undercover Boss? That's a good example of what serving can do. Because I've watched some of those programs and I'm like, wow, this person is giving their life to this company, and you're just like a cashier or a cleaner, but they're doing it with so much joy, so much enthusiasm that the boss obviously comes in undercover, pretends that they just got an entry level role, and they see people's attitudes, their level of service. And there's some people that show themselves bad, and obviously at the end of the show, they call them to the main office, the main headquarters.
And they reward them.
The guy now reveals himself, or the woman says, "Oh, I'm actually the CEO of the company." Like, what? And they reward them. Those that obviously do well, that, serve well. Some of them get houses or their debt paid off, or their children school fees paid, and all those type of things. So your attitude to service can open doors or close doors.
Your attitude shouldn't just be based on who's on the receiving end of your service.
Yeah.
You should just want to serve and serve well.
Yeah.
Right, we've got a comment in from Beth. So this is about her experience. So in my experience, though, the main advice I would give to leaders is to leave room to understand, to promote healthy service amongst their members. And that's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that there is no resentment or burnout from their employees, staff members. I think this is where the major problem is. I've been in positions of service where the more I did, the more it was asked of me, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
So leaders, without me being cheeky, reward your staff with a break spa or something. I like that.
Yeah, man, take them out or something. Just, let them relax. Don't just serve them to the line. They can't just be serving. No, if it's McDonald's, don't take them to McDonald's.
Okay.
I'm joking.
They can get McDonald's for themselves.
I'm joking. But hey, now we're in lockdown and stuff. I don't know how you're gonna say, but I'll send them a voucher. Yeah. Send them vouchers, and because even though we're doing things online, people still serve it.
Yeah.
Because the pastor is not doing everything by himself.
In some cases.
It might be. So people are still serving in some capacity. Reward them. Reward people for their service. So guys, are you called to serve? And if you are, which we all are,
we all are.
How are you serving? How is your attitude towards serving?
Yeah, guys, what is your attitude?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be honest, one of the things that really gets me is to do with customer services. If you know me, you've probably had me talk before about customer services. But it can be so annoying when you're in a place where bad service is offered. Honestly, it just rubs me up the wrong way. It gets to me. Because we need to serve with a good attitude. Not just, sometimes we don't want to give our best because we think we're serving for someone who doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Or we think that we make judgments, and that's not right. That's not right. If you're in a place where you're supposed to be serving, serve with joy, as much as you're able to. And if you don't like the place you're serving in, so for example, if you're in a job that you don't like, start looking. Don't be there because you feel like you're forced to be there. Look for what other opportunities are out there. Seek God. Ask God, why am I here? Yeah. Is there somewhere else I need to be as my season here ended? Let's be wise. Let's seek God. Let's do what you need to do. But don't be in a place where you're serving with resentment, you're serving with bitterness, you're serving with frustration, because people will see it. People will see it. It's like if you've had a bad day and you're supposed to be working in a restaurant or wherever, the customers you're serving are going to see it. They're going to know that you've had a bad day. You'll be the kind of person that just drops the plate on the table, boom, and go. Like you don't even, check in on the customers, make sure the customers are all right. So guys, let's be cautious of those things, because sometimes we think that people are not watching.
People are watching when you're serving.
But people are watching. And it's not that we're doing it because people are watching, but someone is watching you and learning. Someone is watching how you serve, and they're observing and they're saying, wow, okay, look at this person, look at that person.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're saying.
Yes, we're not doing it because people are watching. So we're not doing it because of eye service.
No.
But let's be conscious that as I serve, my children are watching my service. Like Beth said earlier on, as husbands and wives serve each other, the children are watching and learning.
Yeah.
So those are things that we need to be conscious of, and serve from a place of love. Don't allow your serving to become a burden. Particularly if you're in a relationship, if you're in marriage, don't let it be a burden, in the sense that the other person starts hating your service, or the other person starts dragging you away from it because it's become toxic to your relationship or to your marriage.
Yeah.
If you're in marriage, you need to serve each other. Like there's no doubts about that. There's no question marks. There's no exclamation. You have to serve each other. That's it,
people.
Don't just wait for your husband or your wife to serve you, but serve each other in love. It's part of it. It's part of it.
So yeah, guys, share, because we're gonna be praying very soon. So share. If you have any more comments, anything you want to say, how has this session been for you? Hope it's been good. Service.
But like we said before, guys, if you're in a place of leadership, yes, you have your people that serve really well, but like Beth said, learn to reward them. Learn to celebrate them.
Take them out.
Don't celebrate them by giving them more Lord. Don't celebrate them by giving them more Lord. I know, like some time back, I was speaking to one of my managers at work, and one of the things he said was that, like, they'll give you tasks to do and they'll say it's for your development. It's for your development, and that's how they'll position it. And I remember one time he was getting frustrated because he was doing work for a job that was above him, and he wasn't getting paid for it. And he had to kind of fight it out, and eventually he got that job. So I looked back at him and said, see, it was really for your development. Now you're in the role. So there are benefits to serving, but we need to have safeguards in place.
Yeah, please.
We need to have safeguards in place, particularly in church. Particularly in church. Let's not manipulate people and say it's because you're serving God. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, guys. It's really not ideal. Let's remember that even in church, particularly if you're in leadership, you're representing Christ.
Yeah. So, guys, we're going to be finishing off.
If you've got any more comments around this, guys, please, now is your little window to post those comments. If you've got any experiences that you want to share, feel free to do so. Like, share, subscribe, let other people get involved in this conversation. Because honestly, I think it's an important conversation to have. Just talking on the church subject. So you might be watching this and it might be your first time to watch us, and you're probably thinking, why are they talking so much about church? But we're talking so much about church because we've both served in church. We're both actively involved in church, and we both have a heart to serve anyway. So church is a big deal for us. So that's probably why we can talk a lot more about it. But something that's also important, depending on the size of church that you come from, the size of church that you're part of. So Tunji mentioned about, if you're in a 5,000 member church, can you still serve? Like, is there that requisite to that? Is it mandatory to serve? I remember sometime last year we met someone, and she goes to a particular church, and she's been there for like 15 years or something.
Yeah.
But she says she doesn't serve. I kid you not. I was like, what? I was so surprised. Like, you're part of the church for over 15 years and you don't think that there's a need for you to serve? I found that a bit questionable, because you're feeding from somewhere. So serve in some capacity. Yeah. It might be something small. It doesn't have to be something big, but it could just be something small. But let's be open to serving.
I remember I was pastoring in church for probably 9 months or so. I got asked to pastor one of the branches at the church I was at, and because I like to serve, I like to get places early, and they were surprised that as a pastor, innit, I'm getting there before them, and I'm setting up, doing everything, and they come there. What are you doing? I'm like, is it not church? I'm used to that. I do this every Sunday anyway. And it showed them that they needed to change, because they saw me doing it, because that's just me anyway. And then the following week, I'll see that, people are coming on time and they're helping. And we're doing it together.
That's the thing, particularly if you're in leadership. Your example of service,
not a big deal at all,
helps people to relate, and it also sets an example for people.
Especially you're renting the place, so it's not like if it's your own place, okay, fine, you can get there whenever you want. But you're renting the place, so time limit, so you have to get on time, set up, finish, remove stuff again, and even after we finish, I'm still helping to remove. And then I'm no pastor. I'm like, what do you mean? This is not anything big. I can help. Let's get this over. The next church is waiting to come and use it, so let's finish and go.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also important to mention that. So going to the issue of depending on the size of the establishment you're in. So let's say the size of the church that you're in. Sometimes if you're in a small church, you might have to serve in various different capacities. And I know some of you that are watching will relate with me on that one. You'll be called to serve in many various capacities. But one thing that you need to be conscious of is that, yes, you're doing it unto God, but aside from that, know your limits. Know your limits. Know your limits.
Don't kill yourself.
Know your limits. It's very, very, very important. And if you get to a point where you're serving and you start getting frustrated, check yourself. Check your motives. Check your motives. It's very, very important. I've been in a capacity of serving where because I love to serve, I can do anything and everything. If it needs doing, I'll just put my hands to it. I'll just do. Like, I don't have to wait to be asked to do, So with what I have, how can I serve? And sometimes that's the attitude that we need to have.
Yeah.
You know, with
What's
what
in
I
your
have,
hands?
what can I serve? With what I know, how can I serve?
Yeah.
You know, and it might just be that you even serve young people, in the sense that you take time out and make time for young people that are in your circle or in your church.
Service doesn't mean you need to be giving money. If you don't have money, use your time, use your gift. Because some people don't serve because they feel, oh, I don't have money, so that's what they need. Like, no, you can use your time, use your gift, use your skills, your expertise.
I remember for me, like in my previous church before I got married, one of the things that helped in my service was me having a car. Like, it made life very easy. So one of the areas that I served in was in transport. Like, I could very easily just drop people, pick up people, stuff like that. And you just have to remember that you're doing it for God. And that's what I used to tell myself, is that I'm doing it for God. And there would be days where it might seem hard, and I'll just go back to God and I'll say, God, you give me the strength to serve you, because I'm doing this for you. You know, and if you need to send the support, please send the support, send the pillars, send people that I can refer to, people that I can call out to, people that I can hold on to, so that I don't burn out, so that I don't crumble. And it's very important. In church, we have a lot of burnouts. We have a lot of burnout, and it's not good for our mental well-being. It really isn't. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real about it.
Service should not kill you. I'm telling you. So, because you serve you, I'm not getting on to one, two on the money. When we are doing convention, conference, this one, that one, I'm like, what is this? You have to wait. They will tell you you cannot leave until your pastor leaves. It is wrong for you to leave before your pastor leaves this church. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm not getting paid as the pastor. So why can't I leave before the pastor leaves? He said, no, it is out of character. It is wrong. I'm like, okay, and there times I'll be there, or like, even though I wasn't driving really, but I was helping with transport because the person driving will need support. So I'm there with the person, we are dropping this person, because they all come from the convention, from probably international or whatever, and you drop them to the hotel, you drop the mommy Gio or the daddy Gio, and I'm like, and I'm going to work the next day, and you're tired. You don't have to say, God, it's for you. It's for you.
Tinji, you mentioned something important about being able to support each other.
Yeah.
So that's something else, that let's open our eyes. So while we are serving, let's open our eyes to the other people that we are serving with. And if you see that there's a brother or a sister who needs a lift, who needs a break, like, be sensitive. In fact, sensitivity. Let's not just be sensitive to the Holy Spirit. Let's also be sensitive to the people around us.
I remember there's a time I can't remember what we were doing, convention or something, and they wanted us to serve all the ministers and told all the pastors to sit down. Even though I was a pastor, but because I was the lead pastor, so I wasn't really classified as a pastor. And one of the aunties was like, no, this is wrong. Pastor Tunji is a pastor. Why should he be serving with the people that eat pastors to be serving people food? And she said she had to tell them no, that he serves anyway with a lot of things. I want him to be serving with the people that eat pastors. No. That's, I'm like, service can really show people who you are, and you can get defended by people, which is good.
And you can also get offended.
As well. And then also, because of me serving the way I did, whenever I do events, they all come. Because people just knew, oh, Pastor is just a nice guy. He likes to help. He likes to serve. So whenever I do events, most of the people in the church will either come, or they even come to serve at my event. Which I was like, wow. But that's all because of service. All because of service. If we don't serve, other people won't serve us. Till this day, even if I'm doing an event, there's still somebody somewhere that will still want to help because of how I've been. to people over the years. So your personality, your attitude towards serving, and this service could be checking on people.
Yeah.
Checking. I'm not sure whether you go come on my Wednesday program. There's one guy said, Pastor, that one we will check on you, we'll call you, we'll text you, and we feel bad because we don't do the same. Just checking on people and stuff like that is still part of service. If, like we said in the beginning, friendship. If you have friends and you don't check on each other, you don't call each other, then what's the point? How are you serving each other? Is it just to gossip or just to go out and do whatever nonsense? What are you doing to serve the people around you, either in church, in your family, your friendship, your community? What are you in the community? How are we serving our community? How are we serving? Hey, Daddy. That's Daddy, look.
Yeah, that is that.
Hello, Dad. How are you doing? That's my father-in-law, father-in-law, everything. So how are you serving your community? What are you doing to serve in a capacity that shows the real person? Don't like you said, don't do it with one eye, that people try to serve so that they can be seen.
Yeah. Right.
That's not one.
Let's go into some comments because we are rounding up, aren't we?
Yeah.
So hi Dad.
Hey Dad.
So service is wider than serving in church. That's very true. Wherever you are and with whatever you have, our lives are meant for serving others. We live a life of Jesus. We live a life of Jesus as our master.
Yeah.
We live life with Jesus as our master, and that's very, very important. So like I said earlier on, that what do you have that you can use to serve others? Because we are blessed to be a blessing. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We're blessed to be a blessing. So with what we have, we can bless the people around us.
Yeah.
So let's realize that. Let's be awake. Let's awaken ourselves to it. And let's know that it's very important. So yes, we need to serve, but let's be sensitive. Let's really be sensitive. When we are serving the people that we are serving with, and you know what? Sometimes service opens up relationships.
It does.
When people see you in a particular place of service, they can be drawn to you.
Yeah.
Some people can even open up to you. So you really have to be sensitive.
I remember my first book. I asked Uncle Muyo, Muiwa, gospel singer. I asked him, Uncle Muiwa, could you write the preface for my book and Auntie Shola? And I was surprised. I didn't know what I was going to write. And this is 2011. I launched the book. And in the book, he wrote that this guy supports everybody. I don't know why. I don't know him properly. But all I know is I see him support everybody. So you guys should please support. And I'm thinking, huh? So you can be serving in any capacity, which is, like I said, sharing people's posts, attending their events, just showing love and all that kind of stuff. And people are watching. And you don't know what doors, and that opened up doors because of him. I was able to go on Premiere and and all those. I was able to go on TV and other things. So when you serve, it can open up doors. I have built relationships because of serving. I've built so many relationships that are helping me today. Even with this summit that I'm doing next week, is because I've built relationships that I'm able to get those people that are a company of 20 million, someone making 7 figures, 6 figures in their business, and I'm able to get them to speak on my summit just because I built relationships and serving. So you can serve and it can help you out. But like we said, I'm gonna stress this.
Be the motive.
I'm gonna stress this. Do not serve and kill yourself. If you need a break, take a break.
Reach out.
Reach out to somebody, seriously, because mentally it will mess you up. Your body will be drained, and I've explained, your body will be drained.
You know, it's really sad sometimes when you hear about people within the body of Christ like committing suicide and stuff like that, and some people will look around and say, oh, we didn't know he was going through that. You know, so guys, if there's issues that you're dealing with and you need to take a step back from serving, honestly, do so. Reach out to somebody, speak to somebody. Don't suffer in silence. Don't suffer in silence. Yes, you might be serving in a capacity that people look at you a certain way and have an expectation on you, but remember that you are also a man, a woman. So you need to look after you too.
I don't want to talk about it much, but you know my story. I took care of my mom. That was me serving her. And for me to take a break on the weekends is when I had to take my break. Because if I did, even though it's still kind of drained, it still drained me anyway. But I had to take my breaks on the weekends, it would be ministry or whatever. But the fact that I was able to get out of the house was a relief. So in whatever capacity that you're serving, try to just get out and just do something else, just get fresh air, because I'm telling you, it will drain you. And if you don't talk, if you don't let people know what's going on, it's bad. It is bad. You need to take.
You get frustrated. You get frustrated, and you'll take it out on the wrong people.
Yeah. You have to take a break. It is very, very, very important. No matter how much of God's work I'm doing, you gotta take God. God can do His work anyway. If you take a break for 1 week, the work is not going to die.
The church will not collapse.
The church will not collapse. Please, okay. So take a break. It is needed, and even that's why there's some pastors that in the summer they don't preach. They take a break and let other people do it because they know that they need a break. They need time with their family. It's important. If you're running a business, if you're whatever it is, take a break when you need to take a break. Because your family is number one. Your family is the first ministry, not the church. To be honest, not the church. Your family is. So, okay, no, I'm not going to say that.
Guys, this is really, really important.
So, those of you serving your pastor are not serving your wife and your husband. That's wrong.
It's true. It's honestly, guys, like this topic is important, and we can say what we're saying because we live a life of service.
Yeah.
We live a life of service. So we're not just talking as people who have not served. We're talking as people who have served. We're talking as people who still love to serve.
And still serve.
Exactly. But we're also just saying, let's be conscious. Let's be sensitive. So yes, go all out and serve. Serve from a place of love. Serve not necessarily with an expectation of what can I get, but serve because you feel called to serve.
That's it.
You are led to serve. Whatever capacity that you're in. And don't just limit your serving to church. Serve in every capacity, in every environment. In every environment. What is in your hands that you can use to serve the people around you, to serve the community around you. And service can look like so many things. But service is about meeting a need. It's about meeting a need. So identify what those needs are. Identify what those needs are in your community, in your church, in your environment, and just meet the need. If there's single mothers around you, how can you support them? If there are children around you that have no mentors, no whatever, how can you support them in that sense? If your pastors are so busy running church, they have no time for their kids, how can you support your pastors in that capacity? How can you step up and just serve them in any way that you can? But use wisdom. Apply wisdom. Ask God for guidance. If there's people in your circle that you feel the need to serve, ask God, show me how I can serve these people. Show me how I can meet their needs. If you're in leadership is a call to service. Whether you like it or not, leadership is a call to service. Whether it's in the political sphere, in the church sphere, in the work, whatever, it is a call to service. Don't just live from the top and think that you have nothing. You have nothing that you can give below. But honestly, guys, open your heart, open your eyes, open your ears to opportunities to serve and be a blessing to the people around you, to the world around you, because ultimately God has called us
to serve.
To serve.
Guys, it's been a good one. We went in today. So we want to serve you. Okay. So wife is going to talk about an event that she's, doing. So she's going to serve you guys. And yeah, so December. Watch out. First week of December. She is having a conference, a virtual conference, obviously.
So for all the ladies in the house, whoop, 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 on the 5th of December, we are having our first women's conference.
Yay!
Dare to Believe. Yes. Dare to Believe is coming your way. It's going to be on Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube. I am so excited. Yeah. It's been something that's on my heart for a while now, and it's time to dare to believe and take the steps that I need to take to get it out there. So ladies, put the date in your diary. The flyer will be out soon, but it's going to be on the 5th of December. It's going to be at 11 a.m. It's a Saturday. It'll be at 11 a.m. We've got some fantastic ladies lined up for you. So I'm excited. So I want you to be excited. Help me spread the word. I will share something about it on social media within this week, and I'll get the flyer out as soon as possible. But yeah, I would absolutely love your support in any capacity. It will be virtual because we can't do face to face because we are in lockdown. Yeah. Just because we are in lockdown doesn't mean our dreams, our visions, our purposes are locked down. It isn't. So this is something I've been wanting to do, something God has laid on my heart. Yeah. So it's something I'm stepping out in faith to do.
Babe, let's do it. We're going to do it. And now we're doing it.
2020. Let's make something of it.
Right. So, guys, I want to serve you guys too. I love serving. If you want to write and publish your own book, you need to be on this summit next week. I'm going to put the link on air now. You need to be on it. It's free. It's free, okay? Free. You like free, it's free, okay?
So you don't have to pay for it.
You don't have to pay for it.
You just need Wi-Fi, right? Yeah. So you can get online.
Yeah. So it's let me see. I think I can actually. Oh no, I can't. Okay, but I'll just put in the link. So it's on Tuesday. It starts on Tuesday. Okay, the 10th of November. The 10th of November to the 12th of November. I've got amazing speakers from around the world, India, USA, UK.
It's international, guys.
So we need to be on, like I said, one of the speakers, his company has been built to 20 million. One of the other speakers, 7-figure earners, 6-figure earners, 5 figures. So you need to be on. You're going to learn so much about what it takes to write a book, what it takes to publish a book, market a book, launch a book, and build a business around the book. So make sure that you join us. It's called the Author Acceleration Summit. Okay, the Author Acceleration Summit. When you do register, make sure on the next page you click to join the Facebook group, because that's where the summit will take place. So guys, we want to see you in that summit.
Right. Wow. Okay, we are going to pray. Just one final comment that we will go to. So as we serve, we need to serve with an accountability attitude, and that's very important. Thanks, Dad. That's very, very important, guys, that when we're serving with an accountability attitude. So we need to remember that we're accountable. And it could just be that we are accountable to God. If that's the main accountability place that you are looking at, you remember that my service is unto God. I'm accountable to God, because when I get to heaven, God is going to ask me, what did you do with what I gave you? And what will you say? So guys, honestly, we are all called to serve without a shadow of doubt. We're going to pray, and then we're going to love you and leave you.
Yeah.
So to Jacob.
Alrighty. Father, we just want to thank you for today. Thank you for such an amazing time. Thank you for giving us the ability to serve your people. Lord, we pray that you would give us everything that we need to serve others.
Amen.
Lord, we pray that even to serve in your house, to serve our families, to serve our communities, at our workplace, in our businesses, in our ministries, in whatever capacity, in our marriage, in our friendship. Father, give us the wisdom, give us the ability, give us the skill, everything we need to serve right in the name of Jesus. And Father, let us know when we need to take that break. Let us know when we need to stop so that we can recuperate and build once again. In the name of Jesus. Father, we pray for everyone that you bless them.
Yes,
You will
Lord.
keep growing them and keep taking them from one level to another level. In the name of Jesus. We give you praise and we thank you. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you for being a part of today's conversation.
Still share this, and share this. Let people watch it afterwards. So please click the share button, or you can do a watch party afterwards as well. Do a watch party and let people be blessed. Okay?
Yeah, thank you very much for being a part of this. Carry on with your serving.
Yeah, carry on.
Just be mindful when you're serving.
December 5th, Dare to Believe Conference. Make sure you join us. We're going to share the details very soon. Okay? And then the summit, Author Celebration Summit. Register, guys. It's free. All of you, come. It's time to write your book. It's time to serve the world with your message. You got a message, you got a story, you got something in you that the world needs to see. So write it in a book. Come and serve the world. All right. God bless you guys. So, Janaya, what do you always say? Keep smiling and keep shining, because you've been designed and destined for more than where you are right now, because you have what it takes to make it. Woo! God bless you guys.
Have a lovely weekend, guys. We love you. God bless you.